So my name is Jamyang Phuntsok. I'm a Tibetan filmmaker, and with ICT, this is my second short film that I'm working on. Yeah, I was studying in the US, studying for my PhD in physics, but working on my thesis, I kind of lost interest and developed an interest in film. I had a cousin who had, I think, studied film at an undergraduate level in New England University. So he encouraged me to write. It was more rewarding than the research that I was doing at the university. Somewhere in between, I kind of learned about there are film schools in India as well. So then I thought, well, maybe I can go back and apply. I've already used a lot of years in the US. So why not add 2 more years just to learn basics of writing? So that's how it evolved. Actually, it was my mother who used to take me to we have to walk up 10 minutes to the local Indian bazaar. We had a video hall, so video cassettes used to have in the 90s. To have video cassettes. So my mother used to take me there. And my brother-in-law also had a video parlor. So he did the same thing. He used to show a lot of B-grade Hong Kong films, action films, Hollywood films as well, Chow Yun-fat films, Kung Fu films. So those were the staple. Those were the films that I grew up watching, yeah. Everybody watches films, right? But back then, I think it was just entertainment. For us, it was the best source of entertainment. So after finishing my 2-year screenwriting course, I made a short film with Drone Films. I think there's a small filmmakers collective in Dharamsala. They gave me a small grant, which allowed me to make my first short film. It was shot in my hometown, or you can call it's like a small village. It's somebody looking for someone else. So while shooting that, that autumn season, I had this idea of an old Tibetan lady who's very fond of this fruit. The early winter season is when we have this seasonal fruit, persimmon, a fruit that my mother is very fond of. That's how the seed for the next project came to my mind. So I've called it persimmon in English. In Tibetan, yeah, I haven't decided on the title yet, but because it is not a fruit which is native to Tibet, so there is a disagreement among people that the word that you're using is actually a word for mangoes. So I always had characters which are Tibetan, and I wanted them to be played by Tibetan. My mother is totally unaware of no experience in acting, so I have to explain it. I had to do multiple takes, but in the end, it worked out quite well. After I had finished the film, I just realized that of the 3 characters, I had the least number of lines for the character who has the most experience acting. So the feel of the place is very important. The space, the actual season. And for this film, I did have this particular thought, how to shoot a Tibetan interior settlement house, refugee, living room. Tibetan themselves, I feel like we need to come up with finer or much more honest representations. If you just tell your story, if you do it with a certain honesty, it will reflect a certain truth about exile life, which will be useful for Tibetan as a cause, as a society 50 years from now. And people will say, oh, this work is important because it captured this phase of exiled Tibetan life in India. I would also want my primary audience should be Tibetan, because I feel like they would be the one to appreciate or understand my film at the deepest level. Of course, in every artwork or every film, you will have a certain universal aspect, but in terms of details, exiled Tibetans would be the one to appreciate it most, especially in the US, because it's about this old lady who has no one to look after, and now she's suddenly going to the US. Also inside Tibet, so that is one of my big aspirations or dreams. And I think one of the fellow filmmakers, he always tells this anecdote. I think he met Prema Chhede, and Prema Chhede told him that Tibetans inside Tibet would really want to watch films about exiled Tibetans live their ordinary lives. What is their hopes and dreams, daily routines. That will be one of my dreams. If my film made its way into Tibet, I think I just want them to enjoy the film. It's a 17-minute film, right? So it's not that long. So I just want my audience, anyone who will watch, just please, for the 17 minutes, just don't touch the phone. I just want them to enjoy and respond to the film in whatever way they want.